فاضي لا لا يطلع منه جواب.
Honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this evening for the 49th annual graduation and prize giving at the English School Fahaheel. It's a pleasure to have you all with us. Would you please stand for the national anthem? That will be followed by the Holy Quran. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض، وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله، فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء، والله على كل شيء قدير. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون، كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله، لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله، وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها، لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا، ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا، ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به، واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا، أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. صدق الله العظيم.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now welcome the class of 2017, our graduates this year at the English School Fahaheel. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017 here at the English School Fahaheel. I won't take too long this evening from your time and from this amazing ceremony that we will all experience. I just have a few words to say this evening. It's been a hard year for all of us here at the English School Fahaheel without having the chairman with us this year. It was a difficult start for myself, my mother and the whole family, and we've tried our best to maintain the high standards here at the English School Fahaheel, and I hope we have succeeded to continue this tradition of excellence at the school. A big thank you goes out to the admin staff who've been extremely supportive, especially in the early days. The head principal, Mr. Dunlop, all the teaching staff and heads of department, and my wife Guri has also been very supportive for the changes and a lot of work in the beginning to basically to adjust to the new situation. But above all, I have to thank the parents for continuing to believe in us here in the school, and to thank the students for their belief in the school, and they've had a very successful year this year as well. The grades and the excellence, the academic excellence rather, which you see on the posters behind me, it's in the programs as well. We had a lot of highest marks in Kuwait this year for a lot of subjects, which was a great achievement for any school in Kuwait, and we're very proud of that, and many sporting achievements as well this year, and Mr. Dunlop, I think, will elaborate on that later this evening. As a special tribute to our chairman, we have a film which is being compiled by our graphic designer, Mr. Ashraf, this evening, and it's running on the screens, and we hope you will enjoy that. This evening, we have a very special guest with us, Mrs. Fahaheel Baksami. Thank you very much for joining us to give the prizes to the students this evening and to speak to the students as well. Mrs. Baksami and I go a long way back, as her husband, Mr. Ghadiri as well. We've met each other many years back through television when I was filming for an art program, I remember, and we've been good friends since then, and I thank her very much for coming and joining us this evening and having this very special guest. Now, those of you who aren't so familiar, Mrs. Fahaheel Baksami is a prominent Kuwaiti artist and writer. She's one of the first active female artists in the Gulf region. She began publishing her short stories and exhibiting her artworks as early as the 1960s. She's a graduate with a master's degree from the Surikov Institute in Moscow, that was during the Soviet era, in illustration. She was awarded the State Prize here in Kuwait for her book, Cellar Candles, that's in 1993, and it spoke about her experiences during the invasion of Kuwait. She's had 60 solo exhibitions worldwide and participated in over 250 collective exhibitions spanning her long career. So thank you very much for being with us this evening. And now, without further delay, we will start with celebrating our class of 2017. Welcome once again, and thank you for joining us. I'll leave it to the students now. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to be able to introduce to you the chairperson of ESF, the lovely Mrs. Jasmine Shahaiber, to address the graduating class of 2017.
Thank you, Mrs. Ashton. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, parents, staff, and students. It gives me great pleasure to address our 49th graduation ceremony this evening. This has been a very difficult year for us, but it warms my heart to see these wonderful young people graduating. I have known many of them since they were small, coming to the KG department for the first time and crying. And this is what our school is all about, preparing young people for the next stage in their lives, helping them to reach their goals and achieve their dreams. I hope that they leave us having learned a little more about tolerance, teamwork, and professional integrity. We are very proud of our students' academic successes, but even more so, their attitude and behavior. They are a credit to the school and to their parents as well. I hope that they will find the time in their busy and prosperous future to let us know about their achievements and successes. I would also like to convey my thanks to my son, Adib Shohaiba, our principal, Mr. Dunlop. I have to look for them. Mrs. Ashton, the teaching and admin staff for their support and cooperation. I would like to congratulate the graduates, their parents, and wish them all the best for their future. Thank you for joining us this evening and helping us to make this evening a success. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to be able to introduce to you our highly regarded head boy, who also happens to be a great friend of mine, Muhammad Ali, who will now address the graduating class.
Respected guests, the esteemed Schreiber family, beloved staff, and overly emotional parents. It is to my utmost honor to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony of ESF's class of 2017. It has been exactly 1 year, 8 months, 4 days, 16 hours, 17 minutes and 14 seconds since I joined the school, and this has been one amazing ride. We have overcome barriers and we have broken down walls. No, I mean literally, we have broken down walls. We were the first batch which was required to do the extended essay. But as a group, we firmly believed in this motto: if tomorrow isn't the due date, today is not the due date. We sit here today in front of you waiting to be graduated, one of the most important nights of our lives. But we didn't make it till here on our own. We would have been as lost as Mr. Dikakis without his morning cup of coffee. Hi, sir. What I'm trying to say is that we needed help. We needed a lot of help, and there are thank yous to be given. A teacher, someone who teaches, never like this definition. It doesn't do justice to all the effort and hard work these people put in to make sure that we have secure futures. They do so much more than just teach. They inspire, they motivate, and they're there for you when you need them. In a way, they are your friends who happen to be 20 years older than you. Or, well, in some cases, 90 years older. Hey, Mr. Palin, you here tonight? So in that regard, I thank all the teachers for being such amazing mentors. A special mention to Mr. Riley, Mr. Mully, and this lady. Do you want to help me with the name? Miss Ashton. We can never forget you, miss. We love you. So thank you. No matter how difficult life gets, how much disappointment we face, we know that at the end of the day, when we go home, we can find solace in our parents. They make us face reality. Talking about disappointment and reality, I remember the first time I watched James Bond. I was running around the house with a fake gun in my hand, and I walked up to my mom and said, "Mom, when I grow up, I want to be James Bond." She sighed and looked at me and said, "Muhammad, grow up. You're graduating next week." Like, so yeah, Mom, Dad, thank you. And I thank all the parents here for raising such fine men and women. Before we left school, we had one very important task to do. Imagine you're in a fast food joint, looking at the vast menu. There's so much to pick from, so much to decide. What food is right for you? Do you really need to buy it? But then you finally make the choice. The decision has been made. So you walk up to the counter make the order, pay the cashier, and now wait for the reply. The cashier looks at you, looks right into your eyes, and says, you'll have to wait 4 weeks for that, and you might not get your food. Yep, this is exactly what applying to universities was like. But what the cashier doesn't know is that we have 4 other backup restaurants. So. Dave Fernandez once said, high school was easy. It was like riding a bike, except that the bike was on fire, the ground was on fire, and everything else was on fire because it was hell. Needless to say, we enjoyed this hell very, very much, and we're going to miss it a lot. I would now like to take a few moments to directly address the graduating class. Much better. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for making this year so special. We have made so many memories. We have been through a lot. But I'm not here to talk about what we have been through. That's Phoebe's job. I'm here to talk about what we will go through. We are here. We made it. Responsibilities and decisions will hit us like a speeding truck, and we won't be able to do anything about them but face them. So let me tell you this. When you step out there, don't base your success on how much money you make or how much fame you gain. Instead, base it off how content you are with your life and how happy you are. Taking this moment, I would like to challenge each and every one of you. I challenge you to let yourself free and do what makes you happy. I challenge you to help at least one person in your lifetime and expect nothing in return. I challenge you to become selfless in a world which is slowly becoming selfish. You all are exactly where you're supposed to be. The target is right in front of you. So draw your bows, take your aim, and shoot with precision. Class, this has been an honor. Head boy, signing off. Thank you. Thank you all.
It is my pleasure to now introduce a fellow Scot, the head principal of ESF, Mr. Russell Dunlop, to make a speech.
Thank you very much indeed, Hannah. Great introduction. Thoraya Al-Baskami, Chairperson, School Manager, distinguished guests, staff, parents and graduates, it gives me great pleasure this evening to address you again as Head Principal of the English School of Fahaheel. August the 22nd is normally a happy day for me, being my birthday, but last year it was a very sad one, as the Chairman, Mr. Ibrahim Shahiber, passed away. I had known the Chairman for 6 years, and during that time I had the pleasure of working closely with him, and was able to see at first hand how much he cared for the school, the staff and the pupils. He had been at the helm of ESF right since its inception back in 1968, steering it towards its present successful position, but maintaining the friendly family atmosphere throughout. I know that he would have been very pleased to see the school continuing to flourish, but I should like to record the very positive commitment from Jasmine Shahiber, Adib Shahiber and Guri Shahiber, as well as the administrative staff, in ensuring that the school has continued its strong position this year in the wake of his passing. As we fast approach the end of the academic year, I'm very glad to report that this has been one of the most successful ones during the 7 years of my association with the school. As Head Principal, I should like to record my appreciation for all the support given by the Principal of Early Years, Mrs. Claire Oraby, and Mr. Steve Dickinson Secondary, as well as Mr. Said Al-Kuka in Arabic and Islamic. Also, Mr. David O'Brien has been a fine acquisition as Principal of Primary since joining us last September. I have been impressed by the time and patience shown by Mrs. Oraby and her team in interviewing prospective parents and testing children for early years. This indicates the keen demand for places at the school and the strong reputation that the department has built up. The recent concerts in early years were delightful, showcasing the opportunities that these children get to shine out of the classroom. Under the leadership of Mr. O'Brien and Miss Little, the primary school has progressed well, and in addition to the normal day-to-day classroom work, the teachers have been involved in the production of high-quality year shows, successes in inter-school sporting competitions, as well as a variety of trips out of school. 6 subject coordinators have been appointed in primary to assist with the planning and delivery of English, Maths, Science, Social subjects, as well as EL department to assist pupils with the basics in English. Generally speaking, Mr O'Brien has reported that analysis of test results has indicated a significant level of academic improvement this year. This has been one of the best ever years academically in secondary. Credit must go to Mr Dickens and his team of dedicated staff for providing good quality teaching and exam preparation. 4 students currently in the 6th form received awards from the Edexcel Exam Board for having the best IGCSE results in Kuwait in the 2016 summer examinations for biology, chemistry, physics and second language English. And Hanan Al-Dabous was awarded for being in the top 10 for history throughout the world. Guan Min Nam was also awarded by CIE for highest marks in Kuwait in environmental management, in addition to his other awards. 9 students received Outstanding Achievement Awards from Edexcel for their all-round performances in all of their examinations. These results, coupled with the pass rates for A-star to C grades being over 70%, has vindicated the decision to switch to the Edexcel Exam Board for most of our IGCSE subjects. Following our close links with the British Council, the school and Mr Williams, our examinations coordinator, were recognised and received awards for serving as an examination venue for other schools in South Kuwait in summer 2016, as well as for our own students. In secondary, there was a variety of events that took place throughout the year, including sporting, musical and fundraising. Highlights have been our International Day, Sports Day, the Upper School Music Concert and the spectacular production of the Lion King musical. It was also pleasing to record that our teams in several sports, including volleyball, basketball, football and swimming, have enjoyed some fine successes this year, coached by Miss Martin and her PE staff. We aim to recruit the best teachers possible for the school, and it is pleasing to note that the turnover of staff is low for an international school, which helps to maintain the standard and consistency of the education provided. However, we have not remained complacent, and a few weeks ago the school had a staff in-service training day with guest trainers from Quest in Dubai and from the British Council, as well as expert presentations from some of our current staff. In October, we are employing a company to carry out an independent inspection of the school to identify strengths as well as areas that require development. We have students from 40 nationalities going on to universities across the world, and last year our students went forward to universities in Lebanon, the USA, Canada, the UK, the Czech Republic, Pakistan, Ireland and Egypt, as well as in other countries in the Middle East here, including Kuwait. Tonight's graduates have been well prepared as they take the next step in their careers and with the final exams. The principal and the teaching staff in secondary have created a very positive learning environment and have given the students every opportunity to make the most of their time in the 6th form, both in and out of the classroom. This has been a key year in terms of the development of the 6th form. The excellent new facilities on the 3rd floor have provided much more dedicated space for the students, both to relax in and to study under staff supervision. I should like to pay thanks to Miss Ashton, Mr Mully and Mr Riley, who have done so much to promote the 6th form this year, and who have been on hand to provide more advice for the future for these students, as well as to assist with university applications. Consequently, we have seen an increase in the number of staying on for year 13, as well as an increase in students going on to the UK for their higher education. I have to commend the 6th form for their fine behaviour throughout the year, for the significantly improved attendance record, as well as their general contribution to the school. 6th formers have been very prominent as prefects, also playing important roles in leadership in sports teams and school clubs. In particular, I should like to thank the fine work done by the head boy Mohammed Taza Ali and the head girl Phoebe Phillips, including their contributions this evening with their speeches, and for the assistance from the deputies Amma Wajid and Maria Dalabalta. A considerable number of this evening's graduates have benefited from their education in early years and in primary before completing their studies in the secondary school, and thanks must also go to these other departments in the education of our graduates. Last week I was asking 6th formers if they would miss the school after they left, course they said yes, but after several of them had said they had been at this school for 14 years since kindergarten. That is twice as long as I have been with the school, but it dates back to when Mrs. Oraby started. Therefore, thanks to all the parents of tonight's graduates for choosing ESF for their sons and daughters and for their support throughout their school years. To all our students graduating today, we wish you every success for the future. And particularly if you're leaving the school this summer, stay in touch and let us know how you get on. You can be sure that there will always be a warm welcome when you return to visit ESF. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Thank you to all those who have worked so effectively to make this evening a special one, and particularly to Miss Ashton, who has prepared the graduates for this event. Thanks also must be paid to the musicians who are going to play for you and sing, the School Resources Department, who help with the organisation, as well as to the management and staff of the Radisson Blue Hotel. Finally, I wish to say a big thank you to Thria Al-Basmi for giving of her time this evening to make the presentations and to address our graduates, and to Mrs. Jasmine Shaheba and Mrs. Clara Orby for making the presentations that are to come. I sincerely hope that you've all had a very enjoyable and memorable evening. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a special treat for you. I am delighted to be able to welcome Robert Bradley Howe, a Year 11 student, who will now provide a live performance of the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which he has arranged himself. Robert will be accompanied by Mrs. Nicolette Bonzitters, the head of the ESF Music Department.
Good evening, everyone. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home. I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing. Oh, if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe in things that we see. Tell us, should we run away? Should we try and stay? Or would it be better just to let things be? Oh, living here in this brand new world might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love, so it's real to me. And I've learned that we must look inside our hearts to find a world full of love, like yours and mine, like home over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Thank you.
Thank you, Robert and Mrs. Von Zitters, for the lovely performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the prominent Kuwaiti writer and artist, Mrs. Thuraya Al-Baksami, who is behind many great works, such as Hiding Bird and Flying Desire. She will present the graduation certificates and subject prizes to the class of 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you this evening's graduates. First up, we have Ali Reza Mejlisi. He graduates tonight with honours in joint fourth place and 13 years of education. He's a recipient of the A2 Prize for Biology, a citation in chemistry, and an Outstanding Effort Award in mathematics. Hanan Jazim Al-Daboos graduates tonight with merit and 12 years of education. He's a recipient of the AS Prize for English and an Outstanding Effort Award in mathematics. Kwang Min Nam graduates tonight with distinction and 12 years of education. He's a recipient of the AS Prizes for Economics, Chemistry and Biology and citations in physics and mathematics. Chung Min Lee graduates tonight with merit and 13 years of education. Tarek Mohammed Sadiq graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education. Rowan Ahmed Shatter graduates tonight with a distinction and 12 years of education as a recipient of the prize for Arabic, and outstanding effort awards in mathematics, English and biology. Mohammed Hamid graduates tonight with a distinction and 13 years of education. Is recipient of the A2 Prize for Economics, a citation for mathematics, and an outstanding effort award in physics. Adil Hussam Noon graduates tonight with a merit, 12 years of education, and outstanding effort awards in psychology and chemistry. Mohammed Amar Wajid graduates tonight with honours in first place in 12 years of education. He is a recipient of the AS Prizes for Physics and Business Studies and citations in Economics, Mathematics and Chemistry. Phoebe Adele Phillips, the head girl, graduates tonight with honours in joint fourth place in 12 years of education. She is a recipient of the AS Prize in Psychology, a citation in English, and outstanding effort awards in chemistry and biology. Mohammed Murtaza Ali, a head boy, graduates tonight with a distinction, 13 years of education, a citation in mathematics, and an outstanding effort award in physics. Maria Saad Dalibata graduates tonight with a distinction and 12 years of education, is the recipient of the Sportswoman of the Year Award, the Extended Project Prize, and the citation in psychology. Tariq Fahad Aryan graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education. Atira Shifa Alia Yusuf graduates tonight with a merit and 12 years of education, is recipient of the AS Prize for Art. Ahmed Otman Al-Azmi graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education. Sana Tasawa graduates tonight with a distinction, 12 years of education and the citations in psychology, geography and biology. Ariana Mohammed Rajbia graduates tonight with a merit and 12 years of education. Rahaf Ahmed Al-Batni graduates tonight with a merit and 12 years of education. Is a recipient of the AS Prize for History and the citation in English. Faisal Mohammed Al-Subai graduates tonight with a merit and 12 years of education. Is recipient of the Ibrahim Shuhaiba Memorial Award, has citations in psychology, physics and chemistry, and an outstanding effort award in mathematics. Noor Salah Mohammed graduates tonight with a merit and 12 years of education, a citation in art, and an outstanding effort award in French. Suleiman Adel Al-Dawood graduates tonight with a pass, 12 years of education and a citation in Arabic. Abdulaziz Anwar Al-Fakan graduates tonight with a pass, 12 years of education, and a citation in Arabic. Ubaid Khaled Al-Shamari graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education. Is the recipient of the prize for Islamic Studies and an Outstanding Effort Award in Biology. Michelle Faisal Al-Haidar graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education. Usman Mahmood Saeed graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education, a citation in economics and an Outstanding Effort Award in chemistry. Wahanuddin Bedawala graduates tonight with a pass, 12 years of education and a citation in economics. Kevin Purumpul Jose graduates tonight with honours in 3rd place and 12 years of education. Is a recipient of the AS Prize for Mathematics and citations in Chemistry, Biology and Physics. Ayman Arsan graduates tonight with merit, 12 years of education and Outstanding Effort Awards in Mathematics, Physics and Chemistry. Mustafa Anjum Malik graduates tonight with a pass and 13 years of education. Is a recipient of the A2 Prize for Physics and Outstanding Effort Awards for Chemistry and Biology. Nadia Ayaf Al-Ajmi graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education and has a citation in English. Don Adam Gito graduates tonight with a distinction, 13 years of education and Outstanding Effort Awards in Mathematics and Physics. Kyungmin Nam graduates tonight with honours in 2nd place and 13 years of education, is a recipient of the A2 prizes for Mathematics and Chemistry and a citation in Physics. Emmanuel Brillo Tanghao graduates tonight with distinction and 12 years of education, is recipient of the AS Prize for Geography and Outstanding Effort Awards in Mathematics, Physics and Business Studies. Masood Iqbal graduates tonight with merit, 12 years of education, a citation in Geography and Outstanding Effort Awards in Mathematics and Chemistry. Najmuddin Zakwan Al-Anaut graduates tonight with a pass, 12 years of education and Outstanding Effort Awards in English, Physics and Business Studies. Ghanem Yusuf Al-Omani graduates tonight with a pass, 12 years of education and a citation in English. Faisal Abdul Razak Al-Shamari graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education. Ali Mohammed Tabacha graduates tonight with a pass and 12 years of education, is recipient of the Sportsman of the Year Award. Can I just check, Mrs. Rukshaw not here? No. I would just mention this, Rukshaw Kamal Khan is not here tonight, but she graduates tonight with a past 13 years of education and an outstanding effort award in physics. So, ladies and gentlemen, this evening's graduates.
I would now like to invite Mrs. Baksami to the podium, where she will address the class of 2017.
Good evening. I'm happy, of course, to be here tonight. This is all great. And I remember my life as I was student one day. First, tonight, Mr. Shahaber, he is with us, sitting there looking at all this beautiful things he established many years ago, and his family, Yasmin, Adib, they all continue this beautiful, wonderful work. Salute for you, and I don't know what to say, but it is all beautiful, and you share this young people their dreams. One day I was student, many years ago, I can't remember, maybe 60 years ago more, but my nightmare, it was Arabic language, and now I'm a writer. I publish more than 13 or 14 books between poesy and short stories, novel, art critic, journalism, all this stuff. And I was journalist for more than 40 years. I work in journalism. And how I became a writer, and I was a student, always I get F in Arabic language. You know, the only thing saved my life, or my Arabic language, and how I became a writer, it was reading. One teacher, she's Syrian, she discovered one day that there is something inside of me, like creative ability or something. You should be creative to do any creative work. Just it need to work on it. And she told me, your safe life jacket, it is reading. And I start to read, reading, the only thing it helped me to prove that I can be a writer. And how I became an artist also, since I was 5 years old, I don't know, I decided to become an artist. I was very young, but I want to be artist. I don't want to be any other things. For this, I paint all the time. Even my school books was full of my drawing, because I wasn't a brilliant student, but I participate in all school exhibition. I want to tell you something. You are young people there is a great future waiting for you. The only thing make you continue, that you should know exactly what you want. Not to finish the university and get a job and you don't know what you want. And you get married and you have children and you don't know what you want. You should know from the beginning that this is my goal and I have to work very hard for it. And nothing comes easy. Work, work, work. This is the only way to get success in the life. In any field, work, non-stop working. Of course, I don't advise you to work like Japanese, but you have to work very hard and to like what you're doing and to love your subject or your field, to love it the same level you like your wife or your children. You have to love it really deeply from your heart. And also, if you get failed, always when your wings is broken, there is another wings will grow. Never feel that this is the end. Okay, I can't continue. No, there is always when you close one door, another door's open. And in the end, your school is one of the greatest schools in Kuwait, and you be sure that you get a very strong foundation to continue your future. Thank you, Alet, for everybody think tonight, for Shaver family who they think tonight to invite me. This is first time in my life I give prizes for students, and some of them they was very heavy because they deserve it. And I want to thank you all, and I wish for all the students and their parents nice coming years and struggling for the future. Thank you.
I would now like to ask Mrs. Jasmine Shahiber to present the Head Boy and Head Girl Awards to Phoebe Phillips and Mohammed Murtaza Ali. I would now like to present a special person to most of us, as some of the graduating class were her very first KG class when she came to ESF. May I please ask the head principal of the early years, Mrs. Claire Arabi, to present the International Student of the Year Award.
I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the recipient of the International Student Prize, who will now address the class of 2017.
Good evening, Your Excellency, honored Vice Chairman, our amazing staff, and my fabulous fellow graduates, standing here, receiving this award, speaking to this large audience on this special day is something that I could not have imagined 5 years ago. That is when I first came to ESF. Speaking no English, I was an immature boy that faced an abrupt challenge to the English language in an international school. The sudden change in environment aroused nostalgia for my home country, but there was no way to go back home. ESF turned out to be different from fantasies such as Hogwarts and Harry Potter. Moving to find different classes was impossible for me when I just mastered the alphabet. Asking where the washroom was difficult for me, especially as I had no confidence in speaking in English. I struggled to survive in this English international school. However, I found British teachers, Persian friends, Pakistani friends, Egyptian friends, and those of different nationalities near me to help. I was given a lot of support and was able to overcome my difficulty. I came to understand the true meaning of the word international. The word means more than global. It means oneness. Though we own different genes or from the opposite ends of the earth, we are one and therefore we help each other. I studied hard, memorizing 200 English words and around 30 sentences every day, as I recognized English was the main communication route of different nations. As I became more proficient in English, I found that I wanted to help other students face the challenges that I faced. I was able to empathize with them. I was eager to help them in the same way that my teachers and fellow students had helped me. This year, I was given an opportunity to help primary children with getting used to English and to help a Year 8 Korean student with science. Outside the school, I volunteered to help in hospital once a week. The 5 years in ESF, an international school, started as a major challenge. But the difficulties I had faced been outweighed by the extraordinary lesson that I learned. Being here has changed my perspective towards the world. I now have an international perspective, which I will hold on to all my life. I would like to thank all my teachers, all my friends, but especially my family, for all the help and support they have given me. Thank you.
It is my pleasant duty to welcome the head principal of the upper school, who I've heard is a fantastic umpire in his spare time, Mr. Stephen Dickens, who will now address the class of 2017.
Mrs. Roya Baksami, Mrs. Shahiba, Mr. Deep Shahiba, the school manager, distinguished guests, staff, parents, and the graduates here this evening. I'm pleased to address you on this important occasion as the principal of the upper school, the English school at Fahaheel. Firstly, a lot of people have said this, but I'll just reiterate the point. Mr. Dunlop has already talked about Mr. Shahiba, and I'd just like to express the sadness, I think, of everybody in the upper school who knew Mr. Shahiba at his passing last summer. It was a shock to us all. I'll now talk a little bit about the upper school. The external examinations last year, the results for the upper school in 2016, were again very pleasing. In the IGCSE examinations, apart from these excellent results you can see behind you, all subjects had more than 60% of students gaining a grade C or better, and the average, in fact, was 71.2%. Post-16 results were again excellent. There were some very, very good results at A2 and some very pleasing ones at AS. Many of our post-16 students, these students here, have already received offers from universities in a variety of countries. In the UK specifically, we have offers from University College in London, Leicester University, Manchester, Buckingham, Manchester Metropolitan, Bath and St Andrews, and I'm sure there are others that I haven't heard of. And some of these are actually for medicine, which you'll be aware is a very difficult, extremely competitive course. other parts of the world, we have offers, some of these students have offers at Calgary in Canada, AUB and DESI in Bahrain. To help students make informed choices, representatives from many universities and countries have visited the school as they do every year, and the students have taken the opportunity to speak with them. These students, or the students at the school, have been involved in a large number of trips and other activities. A group of students once again went to the UK. This included a visit to Warner Brothers Studio to tour the set for Harry Potter, which we just heard about. Visit Bath, where they went to the Royal Crescent, visiting the Royal Academy of Arts exhibition, walking tour around Oxford, and they visited the birthplace of Shakespeare, Stratford-on-Avon. In London, they went to Madame Tussauds Star Wars experience. The London Eye went to a performance of the hit musical Matilda and toured Wembley Stadium, apart from meeting various professional footballers, which I understand the boys rather enjoyed. Thanks are due, in this case, to Miss Johnson for organising this, and to Mrs de Kock and Mr Mulley for taking part. Other trips, particularly subject trips this year, have involved the Geography Department in field trips, Environmental Management and Global Perspectives, and visits have been arranged by the Biology Department. And these areas, these departments, recognise the importance of education outside the classroom. There have also been a successful day-long workshop for Year 9 students held in the school by the Injaz Kuwait again this year in conjunction with the Business Department. We'll shortly have our regular annual rewards trip for students who have maintained consistent effort and achievement in their subjects throughout the year, and students also attended the Remembrance Day service at the British Embassy. Within the school, we have had a variety of charity activities, which have included the Couples Day, House Bake Sales, the Pink Day, which raises money for breast cancer, and the Macmillan Coffee Morning. There have been a number of performances during the year, including the Sixth Form Pantomime in December, the annual concert by Miss Van Zitters, and culminating recently in this year's play, The Lion King, and thanks here are especially due to Mr Mulley and Miss Van Zitters. Other events have included the International Day, which was organised and run by these students, again you can see in front of you tonight. The school has continued to run a large variety of after-school clubs, and not least of these are the sports clubs run by the PE department. We have continued to have success in inter-school competitions, the highlights being the under-15 girls achieving second place in the volleyball, under-13 boys getting second place in the five-a-side football, and the open-age boys third place. The open-age netball girls reaching the semi-final of the netball competition for the first time ever, and the girls got third place in the under-15 football competition, and students from the school will place first and second in the Kuwait Endurance Run. I would also like to congratulate the whole PE department for the excellent and well-organised sports day, and for organisation of the health day, which included health themes in lessons, healthy food for the day, presentation on nutrition and diabetes, and the whole school taking part in fitness-related activities. Thanks here are due to Miss Martin and the PE department. This year our post-16 students have taken part or contributed to most of the events I've mentioned above. Their attitude to their work and the general ethos of the sixth form has improved immeasurably over previous years. This has demonstrated itself in the students' active roles as form prefects, which is a new role this year, in which they've helped form tutors with younger students in keeping up to date with planners, absence notes, making sure that the students are putting their homework in their planners, these type of activities. We've also seen the introduction of the extended essay, which was mentioned earlier this year, which involves students carrying out research and producing a synoptic essay on a topic of their choice. Further events included the sixth form pantomime, which I mentioned earlier, which raising a significant amount of money for the Beit Abdullah charity, prom night and the valedictory dinner, and a trip to the beach, for which we have to thank Mr. Shamari. For all of this, and for their general level of dedication to achieving the best for our students, I would like to thank Mrs. Ashton, along with her assistants, Mr. Mulley and Mr. Riley. As is the case with all international schools, and especially all schools, especially international schools, teachers move on and take further steps in their own career. This year, Mr. Nishaw, who joined us last summer, is moving back to the UK for family reasons and to continue his career there. We wish him good luck in the future and thank him for his hard work and contribution to the Maths Department this year, for his efforts in the upper school, and wish him well in the future. I would like to give my special thanks to Miss Ludlow, who sat on the front here, who many people will know is, although she's not leaving us, she is giving up her position as pastoral coordinator. Few people realise how much work goes on in this area unseen and unappreciated, and how important maintaining high standards of behaviour is to the ethos of the school. Again, my thanks for your hard work and dedication over the last few years. Before concluding, I should just like to take this opportunity to record my appreciation and support for everybody in the school. Mrs. Shahiber, Mr. Adib Shahiber, Mr. Dunlop, throughout the year. And also give special thanks to my Deputy Principal, Mr. Hill, and the pastoral coordinators, Mr. Warner and Mr. Ludlow, who I've already mentioned, for their dedicated support in the upper school. I wish to give thanks to Mrs. Maxami for giving of her time this evening to make the presentations and speak to us, and to thank all those who have worked so hard to make this a successful evening, including the musicians, the resource department, the management, and the staff of the Radisson Blu Hotel, and obviously for all the staff in the upper school who have worked so hard throughout this year and previous years to get these students where they are. Finally, to our post-16 students themselves, I wish you all you would wish yourself in the future, in your lives and careers. Remember your poor teachers who have sweated blood to get you the grades that you would like to get. I can think of no one better, obviously, than a physicist to give a final thought to you. It was Albert Einstein who said, learn from yesterday, live from today, for today, and hope for tomorrow. Remember that things don't stop here. This is a step, but it's not everywhere. Take the opportunities which will be offered to you by life in the future, and use the skills you developed whilst you've been with us to get the best out of everything. Thank you very much.
We now have a very special piano solo performance of Springtime by Yurima, played by the wonderful Kyungmi Lee of the 6th Form.
Thank you, Kunmi, for the wonderful performance, and I would now like to call upon one of the sixth form's school prefects, Rawan Shata, to deliver the vote of thanks in Arabic.
حضورنا الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أحييكم في هذا اليوم الأغر الميمون، حيث يحصد كل منا ثمار تعبه وجهده. فمن الواجب أن أهدي خالص شكري وعرفاني لإدارة المدرسة، وعلى رأسها الأستاذ الفاضل إبراهيم شحيبر. وأننا نفتقد في هذه المناسبة الأب الفاضل إبراهيم شحيبر طيب الله ثراه، الذي غاب عن أعيننا وبقي حاضراً خالداً في قلوبنا. ويحضرنا في هذا المقام قول الشاعر: لكل شيء إذا ما تم نقصان فلا يغر بطيب العيش إنسانا، فللعين عبراتها وللقلب أحزانا. أساتذتي الأفاضل، يا من بذلتم كل الوقت والجهد في سبيل نشر العلم وإنارة الدرب للآخرين، مستنيرين بقوله تعالى: وقل اعملوا فسيرى الله عملكم ورسوله والمؤمنون. صدق الله العظيم. لقد تحملتم منا كل عناء وأجزلتم العطاء، ورويتم بسحائب أعمالكم ومزن فضلكم مدرستنا علما ومعرفة وأدبا، وكنتم مثلا في التفاني والإخلاص، فلكم منا كل الشكر والتقدير. كما أتوجه بالشكر والترحيب بأولياء الأمور الكرام، وأخص بالذكر والدي الحبيبين، فلولا رعايتهما الدؤوبة لما كنت هنا اليوم أجني ثمار النجاح. كما أهنئ زملائي الطلاب بهذا اليوم المجيد، وأتمنى لكم قضاء أجمل الأوقات السعيدة الحافلة بالعلم والجد والتفوق. وقد كان تعاوننا في التحصيل العلمي تطبيقاً عملياً لقوله تعالى: وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان. صدق الله العظيم. وفي الختام يشرفني أن أهدي هذا النجاح والتفوق لأمنا الحنون الكويت، ليكون وسام فخر وراية عز ترفرف عالياً في قمم المجد والرفعة، سائلين المولى القدير أن تظل واحدة أمن وأمان، وأن يوفقنا الله لما فيه الخير والبركة والعطاء لهذا البلد الكريم بقيادة أميرنا الغالي سمو الشيخ الصباح الأحمد الجابر الصباح، وولي عهده الأمين الشيخ نواف الأحمد الجابر الصباح، حفظهم الله وجزاهم عنا كل خير. وختاماً، كان ذلك غيضاً من فيض ما نكنه لكم من حب واحترام وإكرام، وكما التقينا على المحبة نودعكم على المحبة، ونستودعكم الله الذي لا تضيع ودائعه. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
I am very happy to now introduce one of my very close friends, Maria Dalibata of Year 12, to present the vote of thanks in French. Monsieur le directeur, nos enseignants, nos chers parents, nos chers amis, bonsoir tout le monde. Je suis Maria Dalibalta, une des étudiantes qui était chanceuse de suivre ses études dans cette école. J'ai été chanceuse de grandir et d'apprendre dans cette ambiance familiale, où j'ai insisté d'être toujours si responsable et persévérante pour ne pas perdre cette opportunité spéciale. Le fait de terminer les études scolaires était un rêve pour nous tous. Quand on était petit, l'avenir était loin et vague. Et on était perdu pour des années, on n'était pas capable de choisir ni de prendre des décisions importantes concernant notre futur. Mais grâce aux orientations de nos enseignants qui ont cru en nous et grâce à notre école, tout est bien clair maintenant. Ils nous ont aidés à découvrir nos personnalités et à la développer. Ils ont pris en considération nos points forts et ils nous ont motivés pour améliorer nos points faibles. Des années inoubliables qui ont passé trop vite. Et voilà, Je suis là, tiraillée entre le passé et le futur, en train de dire au revoir à ces années, à nos fous rires, à nos larmes, à notre enfance, à notre deuxième famille. Mais je suis contente parce que je réalise un de mes principaux rêves. Et je commencerai bientôt une nouvelle étape de la vie, que notre école nous a préparés pour le franchir avec certitude et fierté. Je suis contente car je sais ce que je veux. J'ai gagné le défi. On a tous travaillé, rêvé et on a pu dépasser les obstacles pour être là, fiers de tout ce qu'on a fait et pour partager notre bonheur avec tout le monde. Je remercie énormément ma mère, mon idole et mon ange gardien. Je remercie mon père, mon premier fonds et mon soutien éternel. Je remercie mes enseignants, surtout Madame Aziz, qui m'a soutenue tout au long de mon parcours scolaire et je vous promets que je garderai tout ce que j'ai appris de vous et de notre école et je le transformerai en arme pour me défendre contre les surprises de l'avenir. Merci tout le monde, merci pour votre présence.
Last but not least, I am happy to introduce my very good friend, head girl, Phoebe Phillips of Year 12 to present as farewell speech, which I hope won't make us all cry, to the graduating class of 2017.
Good evening, honored board, esteemed staff, beloved parents, and fellow graduates. The end of an era is now upon us, and the realization of this makes me want to share with you the story of our journey together. We came in as strangers, and today we walk away as a family. Through all the years, through primary school and through middle school, we had our own little circle of friends and our annual little show. But as the years flew past us, we soon found ourselves worrying about our future and making life-changing decisions. Well, some of us anyway. And here we are, year 12, the sixth form life. We've upgraded, changed our uniform, and moved into the common room, where we made memories that we would cherish forever. Where we ate fataya and khaltads pretty much on a daily basis, and had numerous birthday celebrations, but we all know what we really cared most about: the pizza. We had our own sixth form musical performances as we sang and danced when Miss Ashton wasn't there to tell us off. Sorry, Miss. And despite it all being fun and games, the amount of talent that is within each and every one of us is unbelievable. We spent the days laughing over the simplest jokes that nobody would understand but us. We laughed till tears were rolling down our faces and we couldn't breathe. It is those little moments that I will miss the most. Most of us have been together for years, and people you never imagined you would be speaking to are now some of your closest friends. The people who have joined us recently fit right in, like the missing piece of our sixth form puzzle. We connected, and we became inseparable. And through failed barbecues that left us all traumatized, and pushing each other into pools, we grew closer. I've personally been in ESF for my whole life. It was the start of my educational path, and it slowly grew into becoming like a second home to me. A place that is now a part of me that I will never forget. This is what makes the realization of this journey's end even more difficult. It is saying goodbye to all our teachers and walking down these familiar hallways, knowing it would be the last time you would be here as an ESF student. It's all the sports days, and all the international days, and all the friendships we formed along the way. And to end this day, thank you to everyone who has helped us get to where we are today. Thank you to our parents, who have seen us through thick and through thin. Thank you to my dad, my mom, my brother, for staying by my side, holding me up when I couldn't stand alone. Thank you to all our teachers for putting up with us for 12 long, long years. You saw the potential in each of us, even when we couldn't see it ourselves, and you pushed us to do better. And even though we didn't realize it at the time, we realize it now. A tremendous thank you to the entire Shaber family. In particular, I would like to thank Mr. Shaber, who is greatly missed. Thank you for giving us a home away from home, a place in which we all felt safe and secure, and where we learned so much. A special thanks to Mr. Riley for being there every day. And Mr. Mully, Mr. Mully, thank you for not running away after the pantomime, even though we drove you crazy. And of course, Miss Ashton, thank you for taking us under your wing for what seemed to be the shortest year of my life. And lastly, thank you to my class, my friends, and my family. Thank you for all the times we spent together and for all the memories we made day by day. I've always known that looking back at all the tears would make me laugh one day. But I never thought that looking back at all these laughs would ever make me cry. I never realized how lucky we are to have met people who make saying goodbye so hard until now. Congratulations, class of 2017. It is time to write the final sentences of this chapter as we turn the pages and start new adventures. It has truly been an honor, and I couldn't have asked for a better class. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, parents and teachers, Mrs. Baksami, on behalf of myself, Hanan, and the class of 2017, I thank you for attending our graduation ceremony on this special and memorable night. And now, to conclude the night, I would like to call upon the Deputy Principal of the Upper School, Mr. Michael Hill, to address the class of 2017.
Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduates. On behalf of the graduates and the staff of ESF, I would like to thank our guests for attending tonight's graduation celebration. Parents, on behalf of the staff, I would really like to thank you for sending your children to ESF. It's been a pleasure for us to have the chance to teach such a well-motivated and hard-working group of young people. As teachers, we know that the hard work does pay off in terms of academic achievement, and this year has been particularly good at doing that. As a school, we rely on the sixth form to be role models, particularly around the rest of the school through their behaviour, but also through their attendance, to dress. Tonight, once again, they have excelled in terms of those standards. Thank you. The next step for our graduates is both exciting and perhaps daunting. As a parent myself, I have been there. I have experienced what leaving home. These, as you've heard, are going to a variety of universities around the world. So they're not just popping down the road to a different place. They're going much further away. As graduates yourselves, leaving home, it's exciting. it's daunting. You're leaving the safety of school, the safety of home. However, it really is an exciting time. It's a chance to make new friends, to grow into independent people. You also have a variety of opportunities that will come your way, a chance to make new friends, new decisions, but also to learn how to balance that work, play thing that is so difficult to achieve. That you will have to try and do without the support of the teachers here tonight, without the support of your parents, because you will be away from home. We wish you well with that. Right, I would now like to ask our guests to move through to the buffet area. If everyone else could just remain seated, because the graduates have a short video they would like you to see. So if our guests would like to pass through to the buffet area first.
All I am is a man. I want the world in my hands. I hate the beach, but I stand in California with my toes in the sand. Use the sleeves of my sweater. Let's have an adventure. Head in the clouds, but my gravity centered. Touch my neck, and I'll touch yours. You and those little high-waisted shorts. Oh, she knows what I think about, and what I think about. One love, two mouths. One love, one house. No shirt, no blouse, just us. You find out nothing that we don't wanna tell you about. No, 'cause it's too cold for you here and now. So let me hold both your hands in the holes of my sweater. Let me just take your breath away. I don't mind if there's not much to say. Sometimes the silence guides the mind to move to a place so far away. The goosebumps start to raise the minute that my left hand meets your waist. And then I watch your face, put my finger on your tongue 'cause you love the taste, yeah. These hearts adore everyone the other beats hardest for. Inside this place is warm, outside is ice to pour. Coming down, one love, two mouths. One love, one house. No shirt, no blouse, just us. You find out nothing that we don't wanna tell you about. No, no, 'cause it's too cold for you here and now. So let me hold
Right, the graduates in a moment are going to process from the hall to reverse the process they came in by, so please don't block the exits. Once they have left the hall, parents are invited to follow them to the area by the lifts where the traditional hat-throwing ceremony will take place. However, before that, it gives me great pleasure to present the Graduates 2017. And you are invited afterwards to join us for some dinner.
This would never end, and suddenly it's like the wind.